everybody, how you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Grandpa.
Hi, Katie.
I'm Matt.
I'm Aunt Becky.
And we're some of the Veggie Boys.
Yeah, those.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow a lot of stuff on the farm, but one thing we can't do is grow this channel without your help. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see you. Callie and I have just arrived at the farm. It's not snowing. We just got to the farm and Dad was originally gonna take a big order of potatoes on the truck, but it's actually too cold. The potatoes would freeze on the back. So we just got here this morning and we're gonna be helping Pop load all the potatoes into the van. Well, look at that. We have got the van all loaded up with potatoes. What are you playing with this morning?
I play bunnies.
Bunnies? We've got the big bunny right here. And then you've got a small bunny. And then what's this one?
It's a small one.
Yeah, it's a small bunny, huh? Dad is definitely gonna need some help with those potatoes. But in the meantime, I'm helping Matt get the farm market set up. When Dad is ready to leave, I'll be hopping in with him so that we can make that delivery. We only have a few pallets that need to be pulled out today. It doesn't seem that we have any too big of orders. It is unfortunate because we had those potatoes loaded on the truck, but with this weather today, it's just not wise to take them that way. Starting the day off with a ride, that's something we like to see. Normally, Dad would just take the truck and we would have all these potatoes offloaded with a forklift, skid steer loader, whatever the case, because they would be on a pallet. However, from it being so cold, everything's gonna have to be moved by hand. So Dad wanted someone to go along with them this morning, and I got to go. We are delivering these to the wholesaler. What's neat is that these potatoes will then be sold to other people. So some other people will be purchasing potatoes, look at our potatoes, that's kind of cool.
I took the time to do that.
Potatoes are all offloaded. We got the produce that we need to pick up, put onto the or into the van. So now we are all set to head home. I don't know how much Daniel has gotten taken care of when it comes to the animals. I don't know how much there'll be left for us to do. We'll just have to wait and see.
Grandpa already fed the calves, so.
Wow, look at Grandpa, getting up early, being active. That's what we like to see.
Matthew too. Matthew went for a load of sawdust too already today.
Dad and I were just talking. We picked up some horseradish. It's right there. And it smells not bad. It smells like horseradish, which is usually a sign that it's gonna be spicy. When I say spicy, it's gonna give you that feeling back here. But that's good horseradish. That's what we want. Now the wholesaler that we go to is not too far away from the farm. It's about 25 miles. A lot of it is interstate, which makes the trip go much faster. The only thing is, if we're having really bad weather, it can be kind of difficult to get to the wholesaler. Thankfully, there is a back road. Now, back roads usually aren't as good as the highways, but if you don't feel comfortable driving on the highways, especially in some inclement weather, well, we can take the back way. Something I will say, this stretch of highway that we travel on, there is a certain spot where there's a lot of accidents. So there can be times where traffic is backed up. Those are things you have to keep into account. A lot of times when I'm going to the wholesaler, I'll look up the directions on an app and that will tell me which way would be the fastest way to go. That way I can avoid, if there's accidents, sitting in traffic. Dad and I are now home. We just got everything offloaded and into the cooler. Grammy is here in the kitchen. Guess what she's making? Fruit cake. This time of the year we just call her Fruit Cake Grammy because, well, that's what she does. She has some beautiful fruit cakes here. She's weighing out some more ingredients. The oven is on, so she's gonna get started baking. To just give you an idea of what we moved into the cooler, we had a few boxes here, but look at all this horseradish. Look at this stuff. I don't know about you, but that looks like a lot of fun and a lot of tears. You gotta love making horseradish. While Dad and I were loading everything inside, I was hearing the skid steer loader down around back, so we're gonna see what Daniel's been up to. Well, the sound I was hearing must have been him grabbing silage because he just got grain dumped in for the cattle. Good morning, good morning. Look at that, everybody's at the feeder. And back here is a nice sight. Whoo, everybody's eating lined up. There's something that just feels good about seeing all your animals lined up and eating. Hey, be friendly, no pushing around. Good morning, good morning. Getting that breakfast. Now, even though the weather was kind of cold last night, the cattle actually went out to pasture. We do have some grass on the hill that they were grazing. Now, right beyond our pasture is a field of corn stalks. We had gone through, harvested, and chopped them. And I think we're gonna eventually fence that in so that the cattle can forage through there all winter long. I don't know, is that the right word? Forage? That's what I'm going with. They can pick through all the corn, see if they can find anything. There's also a clover field over there I think we're gonna fence in, just giving the cattle some more room to run around. For winter time, it'll be something that all of them will look forward to. Good morning, little baby. Hello. Just checking on the calves this morning. They all look very healthy. Hey, number 57. You don't have a name, but you look good. And last but not least, we got calves down here. Oh, don't get up on my account. I'm just looking at you. All the calves look nice and relaxed. They all look healthy. Two things we are very happy about. I can hear our stir running inside the bin. That's still working good. I was looking for Daniel. Who would have known that he'd be great in eggs? What's left to be done for the animals this morning?
All I fed was my cows.
So Dad took care of calves earlier. You fed cows. We just gotta feed chickens and collect eggs. And while you're here grading eggs, I'm gonna go feed the chickens. That way they are all taken care of. Back up, back up. That looks good. Since the grain for the chickens is on the finer side because we grind it that way, sometimes you have to encourage it to come out by moving the bin around. Chickens are now all fed, and Daniel just finished off with a second basket of eggs. I prefer to feed the chickens before we collect the eggs. We've gone back and forth between feeding every 3 days and feeding every day. It hasn't seemed to affect the way the chickens lay eggs. They lay the same amount of eggs. Another thing is I like feeding every day a little bit more because it pulls all the chickens out of the nest and makes collecting eggs so much easier. It's amazing how fast these chickens are to leave their nest for food. They get fed every day and there's always food left in the feeders. I'm not sure why they do it, but it makes collecting eggs a lot easier. The farm market actually looks quite busy today, which is something we're not used to right now. In the time between Thanksgiving and Christmas, you do kind of dip into a lull period. We do start to get busier as we get closer to Christmas because of cookies and baking, but it's not been this busy in a while. Not that we're too upset about it. We like the little bit of a break. It can get quite crazy through the summer months and into fall around here. So now that we get our slower time, winter, we're enjoying it. I will say, I checked the weather. It's gonna warm up more than they thought it was going to. So the weather is gonna continuously rise until this afternoon. It's gonna be pretty hot out. Like, almost 40. I was up in the farm market helping some customers with hams. I looked out the back window and I saw the gate was open to the cattle. But then I realized it was just somebody bedding up the cows. Uh-oh. Oh, don't get stuck, Grandpa. Last time Grandpa got stuck, I had to help him out. after Dad got finished dumping some bedding in for the cattle, he was just moving around some of this material, making sure everything was level and that it would drain away. And we've got a visitor, Joel. How are the horses this morning? They're doing well. What about the donkeys? Also doing well. What more can you ask for? Happy horses, happy donkeys, happy chickens, happy cattle. Boy, we got up in here just in time. Grammy is making a lunch for us. It looks like she's making buffalo chicken pizza. Got a few cheese pizzas here, and then bruschetta. And we've got Callie over here munching on her noodles. How are your noodles? Good? Oh yeah, that looks good. I thought I was smelling pizza. Check it out. Grammy's got all the pizza pulled out of the oven, and it is time to eat. After we got finished with lunch, I took Callie home. She needed a nap, and we were trying to think of some jobs that we could do on the farm. But then Dad said he wanted to go hunting, so we all decided to go out hunting. Hunting's been very important to my family for a very long time, long before I was born. My father was hunting and his dad was hunting, so this is something we've always done together. And it's a good way for us to fill the freezers because we like to eat. Well, everyone, I think I'm done for the day. It is starting to get pretty chilly out here. Dad's out here somewhere. I don't know where. Should we take his truck home? No, I'll walk home. Dad doesn't have to walk home. Even though it is starting to get cold out, I'll tell you what, it is a beautiful view out here tonight. Look at all that cabbage. Yum. Well, everyone, I have now made it home. It was a little bit of a walk, but we got there. Right when I got back, I got Callie a little snack. You can't see Mama too well, but she's all the way down there. She is not feeling the best. You okay, Mama?
Okay.
She has a little bit of a cold. Not fun to deal with. So I'm gonna get started working on dinner. And since I'm gonna get working on dinner, that means this is where we're gonna end the video today. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.